you. Oh, wow. Oh, but there's a face in that one.
That's the man of all seasons. And yeah, he has a face.
That's really cool. Why'd you name him the man of all seasons?
Because I felt like the seasons are represented in each corner. Like this is very spring, and then this is kind of summer and fall, and then there's really nothing up here. It's very white and
for the winter. Yeah. Oh, that
sense.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's the man of all seasons.
Oh, he's so cool.
And that one's fire and air. I painted that when we had those crazy Napa fires.
Oh yeah.
And like we all couldn't breathe, and it was just like I felt like I was trying to like create air for myself.
Oh, that's
like,
really fascinating.
I'm like, I just feel like I want to breathe. I'm gonna paint something really bright green that feels like I can breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then the touch of fire in the middle, that little. Yeah. And I can see some of the smoke in there too.
Yeah, totally, in the top.
What is it? Oil, acrylic? What are you using for
These are acrylics.
Yeah. It's so fascinating. When did you start painting? I didn't even know this about you.
I hid it for a long time. I've been painting probably.
You hid it.
I did. Actually, it was funny when I started posting my stuff on Instagram and Facebook. My two best friends from college one of them called me and she was like, I think your account got hacked.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what do you mean? She said, well, somebody's posting all this art. And I was like, oh, actually, that's me. And so even my best friend from like college
had no idea that you had this talent.
Well, yeah, I was just, it's something I've always kept to myself because it's somewhat therapeutic. And also I just felt like I just wanted to do it because I love it. And it's like a way to cool out.
Right.
You know? But yeah, I've been doing it probably since my 20s.
So what was the transition from like, when did you feel comfortable in like sharing your artwork? Because you have such a kind of a public appearance with your bass playing and stuff. And then you probably wanted something private and personal that you didn't really want to share with the rest of the world. So what was that transition like for you?
I think, what was it like or why?
Well, kind of both.
It was super scary.
Yeah.
I think anytime, when you're an artist, you're like, hi, here's my heart on a silver platter with a fork and knife.
Right.
Have at it, and especially in today's climate with social media, it's like people can kind of hide behind anonymous profiles. They can be mean, and I've experienced that in the bass world too, where it's like people, every once in a while you'll get somebody.
You get a hater.
Yeah, you get somebody that's eating Hot Pockets in the basement and,
That's so true.
Anything,
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
In between gaming. Right?
Yeah, exactly. You're like, okay, great. So, so I think it was super scary, and actually it was funny. I was like, I'm going to secretly make this Instagram profile, but I won't let anybody know yet. What I didn't realize was my Instagram was automatically linked to my Facebook, so the things that we're uploading were uploaded to Facebook. I didn't know, and I at night was doing this, and I was like, okay, and I woke up in the morning, and I had all these comments on Facebook, and I was like,
the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah. It was this total, like,
Well, maybe it was meant to be. At that point. At that point, you can't kind of pull it back in the bag.
No, you can't. And so it was cool. It was like someone pushed me off the diving board. But yeah,
you did subconsciously.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I'm like, yeah. So I think that was like the how, and then the why is just trying to get out of my own way this year a little bit.
Yeah.
I think as an artist, it's really easy to block yourself from just being you, and there's like a great push of acceptance and just like, meeting myself where I'm at. So.
It's kind of like songwriting, I would think. Like when you first put a song out, it's like a baby crowning, and it comes out, and if anybody makes a comment that's, you can perceive as negative, it just goes right back in. And I would assume that that's kind of similar to painting. Does it have the same kind of vibe for you with your songwriting?
It totally does.
Yeah,
it's terrifying.
It is.
My best friend Melissa from high school, actually, she's a great artist, and she did this one. I don't remember the name of it, but I always loved it, and it hangs here because I feel like it's this idea of like you have this little seedling of a piece of art or an idea or something, and you have to hold back all the darkness that can come and basically squash it.
Now.
Yeah, and I was like, I love this piece so much because it's so true. It's like you have to be very delicate with stuff when you first start putting it out in the world because it's a seedling.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Wow.
Yeah.
And then do you do these little ones here
Oh
too?
yeah, those are my little ones.
Those are
very
really cool.
Very old. And I was painting music, and this was like my 9-inch nails phase. Like I was like totally painting all this very dark stuff. And I have one on my website called The View from Here, which is like a lot of dark stuff.
What's it called?
The View from Here.
Oh, The View from Here.
Yeah. So that was the darker one. These are my little guys. And
Are these on tile?
no, they're just
I see. It just looked like tile because I can't see.
Yeah, just mini canvases. Little tiny canvases.
And then that one, is that yours too?
Yeah, that's called The Divide.
Wow, you are letting us into your personal world here. Look at that.
I know. That's very unusual for me. It's like rare for me to paint something like hearts on a canvas, but I recently went through a pretty big breakup after 8 years. And
I didn't know.
Yeah, and so I just was painting the stuff.
Wow. Isn't that interesting how a lot of art and music comes from those kind of life events? And
I think it's true. Like, I feel like music saved me in a lot of ways too when I was younger, just having like certain things. And it was like, I would just play my bass to feel more, I don't know, just to kind of therapy.
That's exactly what we're doing with the Aragon Foundation.
Yeah.
Is, these kids that we're working with, maybe they're in juvenile probation, or maybe they're from at-risk families, or they've experienced what's called ACEs, which is adverse childhood experiences. Mm-hmm. If they have something like a guitar or a bass like you had, or painting, or even dance, like, I think it has saved so many kids, but the problem is there's just not a lot of access to that.
Okay.
So we're just trying to reduce the access and provide like the kids, hook them up with the teachers in the best way we can, and then reduce any barriers to like transportation or anything like that, because I think it really does. Arts really does save kids' lives.
Oh my gosh, so much.
Seriously, yeah.
I think it's so great what you're doing at the Aragon Foundation. And so I just want to be clear, you also, in addition to giving them instruments, you provide them with lessons too? Or?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
cool.
we're connecting the partners with the kids. And then we're already like we map out who's already doing stuff, and then we're providing like enrichment programs. So if they're doing, like, say they have music but they don't have dance, then we can, kind of be the dance arm and bring that into the kids. So we're trying to bring it to where the kids are, so the kids don't have to come to us, kind of.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's developing, and we're getting a lot of really great partners. And thank you for offering to donate a piece to our gala.
Yeah,
which is exciting.
I'm actually going to meet with Rob later today and drop off some instruments.
Oh, you are? Oh, that's so cool. Rob Fordyce is our main dude for the instrument guy. What do you have?
I have a keyboard, and I actually have like an effects pedal that makes cool effects for basses. And then
Rob might keep that. I mean, yeah, no, he might.
That's okay. That's okay.
He's like, can I play with these for a little while before the kids get? He's like a big kid in and of himself, right?
Yeah, he totally is. And then I have a bass that I'm going to drop by too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so
an Angeline bass. That's got some magic in it. That's so cool. Any kid will be stoked to have that. I'm so excited.
I hope so. I think it's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So let's look at maybe some of you do all your painting here.
I do.
In this space, and your
tiny little space.
Wood shedding for music too in the same little space.
It is. It's my magical little music, and art space. Yeah.
I love this hummingbird.
Yeah.
Did you call him an angel? A hummingbird angel?
It is the hummingbird angel. That was the original title of that, but then I changed the title to the visitation because I know hummingbirds can represent visitations from otherworldly beings. Yeah, exactly. And so I thought
they're spirit messengers.
Yeah. So that one, yes, that's what that is.
That's so cool. Did you have like any spirit in mind that's crossed over when you were painting this in particular? Or?
I've had a few people. Yeah, around cool. That time actually.
Visiting you.
Yeah.
I feel really pushed by Michael Aragon's spirit to get this stuff done too. So I'm just feeling so divinely guided lately, and a lot of the connections that we're making and through the art and the music, it's been so awesome.
I love that. I love the video on Michael too on the website.
Oh my God, isn't that cool?
It's really, awesome.
That's 7 minutes, but we have like, I don't know, a couple hours worth of material for him, but we ran out of money. So we're looking also for funds to get that done. And that was put in the Mill Valley Film Festival, and it won something.
Oh, okay.
It's Bearfish Productions, but they still have all this other content. So you know, in the future, we're going to be developing like a full length, like Michael thing, and maybe putting it into the film festivals and stuff.
It's great.
People would love that, I think. I mean, I would.
Yeah, that's amazing.